as a young child, apparently. It was very traumatic. My mother recently reminded me of this. She said, "Jesse, you're doing exactly the job I thought you was going to do." And reminded me of all kinds of things. Apparently my dramatic child self said I was going to save the world, and I was going to go into military, I was going to go into politics, and I was going to do all these cool things. And I'd, talk about battle plans and wear bows in my hair, and I'm still like this, Either way, my mom said, "You can't save the world." And so then, eventually as an adult, I told her, "No, I can't save the world, but maybe we can." And that's what this video is about. That's what all my applied philosophy videos are about, is the art of not being a jerk to each other. Quit being so mean to each other, because the world right now needs a little help, and I'm trying to do that. So if you could like and subscribe, it's kind of free. You can totally do that. And today we're going to talk about being cool to each other. In a way, you'll see. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome. I'm Jessica. I'm a political scientist and spiritual advisor, and I like to talk about applied philosophy. What is applied philosophy? Well, that, friends, is taking all this information from all these guys that have helped people for millennia and making it make sense to you, because I'm going to tell you how I've used it and how I've helped my clients use it to live a little bit better lives. Today, we're going to have a conversation on one of those topics that could be 10 minutes or 10 hours, just depending on how you want to break it down. But we're going to start with the phrase topic of the video that is just as simplistic as it is complex. And that, friends, I've come up with is let things be what they will be. Yes, that's right. So we're going to talk about a little bit of Christian theology and a little bit of Stoic philosophy. We'll even throw some Eastern philosophy in there. So let's get started. Let me tell you, we're going to talk about being. So it's going to be one of those somewhat obscure videos, but I'm going to try to make it make sense, okay? It's super important, okay? We're going to save the world, remember? Okay. No pressure. Okay. When we're going to start at Exodus. When God spoke to Moses, if this is from the Old Testament in the Christian Bible, he said, "I am that I am." This itself is a declaration. When God said, "I am that I am," that definitive statement also implies a grander being. And from a lot of the way it's broken down that I understand is also a sort of a unity thing of you are questioning the unquestionable. When I exist and I exist. And it's also, as I said, we'll get into some of the philosophers of this, is I think, therefore I am, was another way that was used to explain, hey, I have sentience. This is me existing. And we are benefited by understanding all this. What I want you to get a takeaway from this is when we are being ourselves up front, we can show people who we are and not waste each other's times. Because if you are trying to be something that you're not for a person, place, or thing, then you are not being yourself, and you will always end up being what you are to an extent eventually. So let's apply some other ways when we talk about being. When I go to the DMV, I expect to be there longer than 5 minutes. So that is the nature of the DMV. When I go and plant an apple tree, I don't really plant in dirt, but let's say hypothetically, if I planted an apple tree, I would not expect pears. When we begin to accept the nature of things, when we expect things to unfold in accordance with their nature, we are more in control of who we are as a being. We can only really be in control of ourselves. This is the only thing that is a consistent is yourself and how you show up for yourself. How are you being? Are you being a noun? No. Are you doing a thing? Are you being a verb? Or are you actually living? Ooh, present participles. We love them here. Back to letting things be what they will be. We're going to break this down as well because I'm a philosopher and overthink stuff. Also, the term let and things and be are defined by you. So this is a philosophy we can apply to a person or location or even what we're doing and how we're doing. I hope this helps. I hope this does because this is part of showing you how to have a more peaceful life. And when you start expecting the unexpected, that, well, other people might see it that way, but you, friends, have done some awesome calculations and understand that things are going to be what they will be. And when we start fighting against that nature, then that is when we can expect to be unhappy with a lot of things we're doing. Let's talk about being better, though. We can totally do that. And maybe we'll even throw in some quantum physics because let's be complicated. That's who I am. But seriously, there are certain things that we can change about ourselves as being, because being implies an act, a movement, a change, friends. Example, a tiger cannot change its stripes. However, I can change the sweater. I know this isn't tiger stripes, you get it. I'm not a leopard. I'm wearing leopard print. There are certain small things that we can change within ourselves, and we can change every single time that we're making a decision. And this is what I mean by quantum physics and quantum possibilities. It can be any answer, any action that you are choosing. And we can just look at these as like good and bad, or look at it, am I this kind of person or am I that kind of person? There are ways to be a better you. How you are interacting is how you are being. And I like to look at it as, we'll look at it simplistically when we are talking about being a different person. Look at it kind of like osmosis, like this is who you're being, but if you are making different decisions, there can be minor changes with each different splitting of the, did I say that right? Osmosis? No, I'm probably saying something, whatever, cell division. I'm not that kind of scientist, okay? Just kidding. Now, one of the other things that I must talk about as far as being and talking about being happier, being more fulfilled when we are in the mindset of this true to ourselves being. And I like to call that liberty. Yes, that's right. Western values, you know what I mean? I like to use the word liberty because liberty applies or implies freedom within moral boundaries. Hope y'all like that definition, That's the true nature of being. Truth self-change. The truth is the truth shall set you free. So go be a human being and please be good to each other. Please. Hi, welcome to the after credits. I like to try to do these afterwards because it can get cumbersome. Yes, I have a show that's going to be taping coming up early next year in a studio here in Nashville. I'm going to be the female Alex Jones, and it's going to get real wild. And it'll be airing probably like in February. I hope to make a big stir about it. And I'm also going to be singing next Sunday with the Johnny Cash tribute band again. Gotta go practice. And I'll be dancing on a pony cake. But it's gonna sound much better than that, I promise. Let's see, I think that's pretty much catching up on everything. And I'll let you guys know more about it as soon as I do. So thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Many blessings to you. Bye-bye. See if I can remember this. Got the situation they got me facing. I can't live a normal life. I was raised by the streets. So I gotta be down with the hood team. Too much television watching got me chasing dreams. I'm an educated fool with money on my mind. Got my 10 in my hand and the gleam in my eye. I'm a loped out gangster, set tripping banger. And my homies is down, so don't arouse my anger. Fool, death ain't nothing but a heartbeat away. I'm living like doing dying. What can I say? I'm 23 now, but will I live to see 24? The way things are going out. Wow. Speak to me, Coolio. Did not expect that to resonate so hard with me. I was just gonna play around and rap some stuff, but sometimes music does it to you, like slaps you, and you're like, oh, now I figured that out later on. It's like 99% of Kanye music for me. It's like it clicks with you when it does. Oh, audio didn't screw up yet. How can they reach me? I guess they can't. I guess they won't. I guess they front. That's why I know my life is out of luck, fool. What an awesome song to just randomly start playing. Or like randomly pick to play and stuff today. I'm glad I re-listened to this. Perfect. I know that seems extremely out of context, but the original intro I filmed also talked about how my mother told me when I was a child I would come up to her and start rapping. And it was prompted because my child came up and did the same thing to me. He's a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. And I wanted to say what actually inspired this video. Well, like part of it. My stepdad used to say this phrase. No matter how beautiful a woman is and how much you're attracted to her, some man somewhere is tired of her shit. And I'm going to come up with my own phrase on that. One man's manic pixie dream girl is the other man's pain in the ass.